we've done this before. I don't think we're doing this again. We are driving to our next spot near Dillon, Montana, and we pulled off onto a county road, and the first 3 miles of it were plowed relatively, and it showed the road was supposed to go for 15 miles, but 3 miles in, the plowing has stopped, and snow is in the forecast, so I think we're gonna have to detour down and around. It's gonna add quite a bit of length to our trip, but if we get stuck in the snow, there's nobody out here, so we're gonna do that. We do have snow chains that we could put on the tires, and our tires are mountain and snow rated, but I think it's probably the smarter move to just backtrack a little bit, go down and around, because I don't know how much worse it's gonna get, and I don't know if it's gonna try to go over some of these mountains over here. Safer route, I guess, but probably for the best. So this is definitely new to us. That sign says weight limit is 3 tons for this bridge, and we're definitely closer to like 6 tons. So I don't know, that's a little weird. I think we can go a different way, but I'm not breaking that bridge. What the hell?
You know, we thought we were gonna run into maybe closed campgrounds because it's winter time. Not in a million years did we think we couldn't cross a bridge because we were too heavy for the bridge, but again, just one of those things we are not gonna risk because, well, that would be awful, especially because there's a sign that says we shouldn't go on it, so 0 for 2 right now.
It shows, I just looked it up, and it shows that they closed the bridge down in 2019 to single lane traffic with a 3-ton weight limit, and hopefully they will get it rebuilt in 2026, but it just says that it's deteriorated and no longer safe to pass. So we're not gonna risk that. We're gonna keep driving. Round 2.
She's open! 1 out of 3. I'll take it.
As we expected, we do have the place to ourselves here. Looks like there's about 8 sites total. A couple of them along the river, which is obviously frozen right now, and some that are a little bit closer to the highway. It is Interstate 15, so could have a decent amount of road noise tonight, which not the best, but surely it'll die down later. And now we just gotta figure out which one of these looks like the best option for a night. We are very glad to be out of the car. Ended up being about 4 hours today, which it was really only like a 2-hour drive over here, but the delays and the bridge closure and just some of the harsh realities of winter camping got in our way. So we're gonna go ahead and just relax for the evening. We are exhausted, so we will see you guys in the morning. morning, everybody. We slept great last night. It was in the mid to low 20s, so it was nice and chilly up in the bed, but warm enough in the camper with the heater going for a great night's sleep. It's mid-morning or so. We've had actually morning here, and now it's time to kind of figure out our plan for the next couple of days and weeks. We don't really have great service in this spot, so we are going to set out the Starlink. That way we can get some work done and then see if there's anything worth exploring around this area. Seems like we're kind of in the middle of nowhere, but let's figure that out for sure. Come on. Oh, I'm gonna need more than that. There we go. As you can tell, we don't keep the Starlink permanently mounted on the camper. It sounds nice for the quick setup and use of it, but whenever you get in a spot like this one that's got a bunch of trees around the top of the camper, it probably wouldn't be the most ideal. Maybe someday we'll get it mounted, but we just don't really find it worth it right now. So Amelia's inside getting the rest of it set up. That way we can get online and figure out what to do with the rest of our day.
Well, as you guys can see, it started snowing again this afternoon. It is big snowflakes and absolutely gorgeous. So we've just been hanging out, trying to figure out our plans, but we are getting hungry, so we figured we'd make some lunch for you guys. We have chicken that needs to be cooked, so we're gonna do that and figure out kind of what to make with the chicken.
So we're not really sure what all we had in the camper, but we did find a box of stir-fry rice noodles that we might as well eat because it's been with us for quite a while. So we're going to cook some chicken thighs and then make some rice noodles, add a bag of frozen veggies, and just make a nice little stir-fry lunch. Sounds great, and it'll at least get the chicken cooked because it probably was going to go bad tomorrow.
If you've been around for a while, you probably noticed that we've made this meal a few times. It used to be a staple for us, but honestly, we put it on the back burner because we were making it so often. So I think it's going to be nice to reintroduce it and make it today because it's snowy, cold, and sounds nice and warm.
Looks like spaghetti.
Seems like it.
We are changing it up with a pretty decent lunch this time, which probably means that we're going to have a relatively simple dinner. Usually our lunch consists of a sandwich wrap or leftovers, but we're going to go ahead and enjoy this lunch. It's a nice way just to get us some extra energy to figure out what to do with the next few weeks. We're kind of in that weird planning stage of what are we doing right now and what do we want to be doing between here and I guess kind of the end of the month. So we're going to enjoy this lunch and hopefully it looks good to you guys too. Nice and relatively easy lunch out of the way, but while we were sitting there, we realized just how dirty the back windows of the camper are. So I'm gonna go grab a snowball, try to wipe them off because One thing about driving through the winter is the back of the camper is always disgusting when you pull into camp. No matter how many times you clean it, it's always dirty. Let's go clean these. Surely that's got to be better than it was.
Definitely. Alright, I just finished cleaning up all of our lunch dishes, and I just cleaned the kitchen a little bit because we have no running water and it gets really dirty in here with 100 square feet. So I did that, and honestly, we are getting a little stir crazy. We've been hanging out inside for the last 2 days, so there's just a bridge around the way, and I think we can just walk it, hopefully. Fingers crossed. So we're gonna take you guys along and just enjoy the scenery. It's still snowing a little bit, so we'll see how far we can get. It is in the 20s, so we're layering up and we'll see how long we last.
It's been nice and warm in the camper, but we are both going a little stir crazy, so it's time to get outside and move around a little bit. It's just hard to do so when it's so toasty in here.
Good job, buddy. She's really dirty.
The funny thing is it doesn't even show that it's supposed to be snowing on the radar, so I mean, at least it's pretty. It's just kind of hard to plan what things are going to be like whenever you can't really tell what the weather's going to be. It's just part of it, I guess. I would have done that. See, we're 6 tons. I would have crossed this bridge. Not the 3-ton bridge.
Glad we didn't. Alright, if it looks cold, it is cold. My face is pretty frozen, but honestly, we were talking about this earlier, and winter camping is not for everybody. It has been pretty difficult. It's difficult every year, but yet we do it. We do love it, but sometimes when we run into these issues, it gets really difficult, like trying to find a campsite. You think it's open, it says it's open, but you show up and it's not. Or just you get some sketchy areas with people camping there and you don't want to also camp there. And like he was saying earlier, can't predict the weather. It'll say it's not snowing, but you get a couple inches of snow and then you get stuck. So you never know what to expect, which is probably why we like winter camping. This definitely has its cons, for sure.
So after hearing what Amelia was saying about all that, you may ask yourself, why the heck do you camp in the winter anyway? For one, wintertime is beautiful. I mean, being able to see snow and all these places in just such an empty aspect is so nice. I grew up in Texas, she grew up in Florida, so we never really grew up around snow, and we do love it. It's really nice being able to show up to any campground and know that there are going to be open spots available, except you don't know if the campground is going to be open, and usually there's not a lot of places to find information about what's open, what's around. And yeah, it's just, the weather is one thing, the cold temperatures are manageable. I mean, our truck camper is 100 square feet exactly, so it really does not take all that long to heat up. We can last like 5 days and 4 nights on our 20-pound propane tank without having to be pretty low and low enough that we don't want to risk running one more night. So it's really not an issue of that, but the winter days mean you don't have as much sun, days are shorter, and we talk about that all the time. So it's definitely not the easiest season to be camping in, but honestly, I think I like it better than the middle of summer. Summer is great because the weather's nice and everything, but then you have to factor in that every campground you go to is going to be completely full almost all the week, not just the weekends. And it just makes it pretty difficult for people that are living full-time. And yeah, not to complain about it, just to kind of give you an insight as to why we still continue to winter camp, even though we do post videos like this talking about the downsides and the realities of it. Hopefully that helps if you are considering camping in the winter anytime soon.
Honestly, it did just from that sound like we were complaining, but after living in the winter months and doing it for several years, we've realized the cons and pros of it, and it's just kind of nice to show you guys the realities. Not everything is perfect and beautiful. It's cold, things freeze, we have no water. So, just the truth. What are you gonna throw that at?
Well, the snow is so sticky, it makes the best snowballs. So, probably you, but maybe I'll just hold on to it.
Great. It's coming when I least expect it. I knew it. I'm gonna get you back. He loves snowballs too. Ready, bark? I also was just telling Connor, I actually don't think I've ever built a snowman before, so we're gonna do that right now. There you go. He's not sized. A little wonky.
Big ass nose.
That is a big nose.
He's a liar.
Oh, look at him. He's so cute. All right.
So silly. Alright, get it. What's that? Get it. Get it. Sun's trying to come out, but it definitely looks like there's a lot more gray clouds following it, so I'm not gonna get my hopes up. I'll take it for the time being.
I do love me some snow shine. If you get that reference, thanks for being around that long. Okay, that walk was really nice, exactly what we needed. We just need some movement today, since I said it's been a few days since we got out. That's another honest reality of winter camping. It's an awful noise. Flat tire on a semi? Eek. But, like I said, that's another reality of winter camping. There's just not as much to do. You can't really go for walks because it might be icy or just really thick and covered in snow. And yeah, that's just why we're trying to pick up new hobbies, try to snowshoe. But you can only do that so often. So we're just glad we were able to walk this random road, get some beautiful views in, and get Barkley out. Breaky. Wait, let me see. Let me see your paws. Look at these things.
Get some of them off, buddy.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
I know they're everywhere. What do you think, Bark? Did they have a good time?
I had a great time.
Barkley.
Someone's ready for a nap, huh?
I mean, I'm biased and I think he is the cutest dog ever. But that was so freaking cute. I'll give him some treats from you guys, I promise. Alright, Burks. This is from all your fans. Thanks, guys.
I'd say we tried to at least earn a beer on that walk. It was nice to get out and move our feet, but you know, there's cold in the fridge and it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon on a Friday, so we might as well enjoy it. These party lagers are one of my favorite beers. Every time we go through Bozeman to visit Amelia's brother, they're just a staple, and this is the last one. So it's nice to find something local that we enjoy, or at least I enjoy. Amelia can't have them. But she's got her Holidailies, which are a Denver beer, and they're gluten-free, and they are so tasty. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys. Mm.
Oh, yeah, right, and cold. Good morning, guys. We're gonna go ahead and end the video here because we are freezing and it's time for us to go find a place to get a hot shower and just to kind of reset after this last week or so in the snow.
Last night I think it got to 18 or so. It's been our coldest night since we've been in the camper this winter, so that was pretty chilly for us and I am so excited for a hot shower.
We hope this video was a more realistic look at what it takes to do winter camping, especially for a long period of time. While it does sound like there are a bunch of downsides, it's truly one of our favorite seasons to be camping. I mean, the fact that we're out here in this spot that would be completely packed in the summertime is just a great experience.
We do love it, and again, we don't want to sound like we were complaining. We're just telling you guys the pros and the cons of realistic winter camping. And like he said, we do love it, but there's cons.
Sometimes you show up and the road is not plowed for 15 miles. Sometimes you pull up on a bridge that you're too heavy for, which is a very new experience for us. But yeah, either way, we had a very large time and we hope you guys enjoyed watching.
Please leave a comment and give us a like, and thanks for watching.
See you next video.
Bye, guys.